When we read in Psalm 89:5 about an assembly of the holy ones, we need to discern what the Holy Spirit wants us to discern. A proponent of divine council theory wants you to think that the term holy ones in Psalm 89:5 necessarily references some sort of heavenly beings located up in heaven. In Psalm 89:5, the English term holy ones was translated from the grammatically plural form of the Hebrew noun kadosh, Strong's 6918. Does the Hebrew word kadosh necessarily refer to heavenly beings currently residing up in heaven? Let's study the Holy Bible. In Leviticus 11:44, God said, "Be holy," and the English word holy was translated from kadosh. God was telling human beings to be holy, to be kadosh. Psalm 106:16 says that back in the days of Moses, Aaron was God's Holy One, and Holy One was translated from kadosh. Daniel 8:24 references holy people getting persecuted, and holy was translated from kadosh. As you can see, kadosh can refer to human beings down on earth rather than to heavenly beings up in heaven. When a proponent of divine council theory wants you to think that the assembly of holy ones that is referenced in Psalm 89:5 is necessarily an assembly of heavenly beings up in heaven, you need to seek the Holy Spirit and the Holy Bible. And be sure to ask the Lord how to interpret Psalm 89:5. See my video, Debunking Divine Council Theory Part 5. When we read in Psalm 89:5 about an assembly of the holy ones, and when we read in Psalm 89:7 about a council of the holy ones, we need to discern what the Holy Spirit wants us to discern regarding the word assembly in Psalm 89:5 and the word council in Psalm 89:7. A proponent of divine council theory wants you to think that the word assembly in Psalm 89:5 and the word council in Psalm 89:7 refer to a council, assembly, that is necessarily located up in heaven. In Psalm 89:5, the English word assembly was translated from the Hebrew word kahal, Strong's 6951. In Psalm 89:7, the English word council was translated from the Hebrew word sod, Strong's 5475. Do the Hebrew words kahal and sod always refer to councils, assemblies that are necessarily located up in heaven? Let's study the Holy Bible. Genesis 49:6 says, "May I never enter their council. May I never join their assembly." Council was translated from sod, and assembly was translated from kahal. Does Genesis 49:6 reference a council that is up in heaven and an assembly that is up in heaven? Read the preceding verse, Genesis 49:5. "Simon and Levi are brothers. Their swords are weapons of violence." Now read Genesis 49:6. "May I never enter their council. May I never join their assembly." The sod, council, and kahal, assembly, that are referenced in Genesis 49:6 were down on earth, not up in heaven. Genesis 28:3 and Genesis 48:4 reference a multitude of people. In both verses, multitude was translated from kahal. That kahal was on earth, not up in heaven. Psalm 111 verse 1 says, "I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart, in the company of the upright." And company was translated from sod. That sod was down on earth, not up in heaven. In Genesis 35:10, God changed Jacob's name to Israel, and then in Genesis 35:11, God said to Israel, "A company of nations shall come from you." And company was translated from kahal. That kahal, company, was down on earth, not up in heaven. Exodus 12:6 references the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel. And assembly was translated from kahal. That kahal was on earth, not in heaven. Jeremiah 6:11 references an assembly of young men, and assembly was translated from sod. That sod was on earth, not up in heaven. As you can see, when the Holy Bible references a kahal or a sod, that does not necessarily mean that that kahal or sod is located up in heaven. Also see the description box below.